Hi there, science fans. Welcome to another episode of Science and Other Stuff for Senior Citizens. My name is Dan Casciano. If you like these COVID-19 videos, please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to be informed of future videos. During the past month, there has been a great deal of discussion about the many COVID-19 vaccines in the pipeline, as well as the process that FDA uses to approve a vaccine for use in the human. The present video describes where we are in that process as of September 23, 2020. Some of the information discussed in this video was described in a recent Washington Post article. This cartoon represents where we are presently in the COVID vaccine development phase. There are more than 170 candidate vaccines being evaluated in the preclinical stage. This phase includes experimental work in cell-free, intact cell, organ, and animal model systems that have been developed to evaluate the toxicity of a substance, in this case a vaccine. Although these assay systems are far from human, they usually eliminate the overtly toxic substances being considered for human use. There are presently 10 vaccine candidates in Phase 1 human studies. The number of human subjects used in Phase 1 studies are small and are generally young, healthy individuals. The objective of these studies is to evaluate a number of different concentrations of the test substance. Those concentrations that result in toxic side effects are eliminated from further study, and only safe doses then are used in Phase 2 studies. There are 15 vaccines being tested in Phase 2 clinical trials. In this phase, a larger number of people are included and are more representative of the general population. These trials include different gender, age, ethnic, and humans that are at higher risk of illness. The objective here is to narrow the doses of the vaccine that are safe for use in a Phase 3 clinical study. There are presently 9 vaccines in Phase 3 studies. In these studies, the objective is to determine if the vaccine actually works or is efficacious as well as safe. Many thousands of humans are recruited for Phase 3 studies, and based on previous preliminary studies, a variety of doses are selected and used to induce a specific robust immune response. In addition to dosed individuals, a prescribed number of non-dosed control individuals serve as the control group, which is critical to determine the effectiveness of the immune response. Presently, there are no FDA-approved vaccines. Infectious disease experts indicate there may be robust vaccines for human inoculation by early 2021. This information is included to inform you how long it has taken to develop other notable vaccines. In addition to the studies presented in the previous slides, ramping up the production and dispensing of millions of doses of the vaccines is no small feat and must be taken into account when calculating the vaccine timeline. So based on the average time it takes to produce a useful vaccine, it is quite obvious that the scientific community has responded to our country's need to thwart this pandemic. The next several slides describe the various means used to develop a vaccine that induces a robust immune response in the human in order to fight and eliminate the virus. But first we need to review the COVID-19 virus infection pathway. As you recall, SARS-CoV-2 has RNA as its informational molecule and is surrounded by a membrane with several proteins associated with that membrane. One of those proteins is the so-called spike protein. The spike protein interacts with the ACE2 receptor located on the human cell membrane, usually a respiratory cell membrane. The spike protein, or an analog, is also a part of one of the proposed vaccines that hopefully induces an immune response in humans. Once the virus attaches to the ACE2 receptor, the RNA informational molecules gains entry to the respiratory cell and begins producing many more viral informational molecules within the cell. These new RNAs are packaged and are released to infect more cells and or another human. This cartoon represents one set of vaccines being developed and tested in humans. Either virus-like particles resembling SARS-CoV-2 but not infectious, or spike proteins or fragments of spike proteins are injected into a human. These proteins then interact with a part of the human immune system that is an antigen-presenting cell. Our cellular immune system consists of several different types of white blood cells called T cells and B cells. The antigen-presenting cell carries the antigen or injected material to one of many different types of T cells, the T helper cell. This cell signals the T and B cells to come to the body's defense against the foreign invader. The recruited T cells are at least of two types: the cytotoxic T cell that recognizes the body's infected cells and kills them, preventing the manufacturing of more COVID viruses, or the second type of T cell is the T memory cell that acquires the ability to remember the antigen, in this case the spike protein, and then can quickly respond to future invasions by this virus. Sometimes this T memory cell can be recruited many years after the initial invasion by this virus and mount an immune response. The second cell type that is recruited is the B cell, which is the cell that is responsible for the production of antibodies that can then inactivate the virus. For more on the human immune system functions, check out one of my recent COVID YouTube videos. There are other antigens being developed to produce a vaccine. Several of them are presented in this slide. There's a weakened or dead inactivated COVID-19 virus. There is a DNA molecule with information to produce the spike protein antigen that then induces an immune response. There's also the replicating viral vectors with information to produce the spike protein antigen, and that then induces an immune response. I've repeated this slide to conclude this video, just to remind you of what is happening in the vaccine development area up till this present month. For more information about science, visit my website at www.dcasciano.com. If you have any questions or would like me to develop a video on a specific science subject, leave them in the comments section below or email me at dan@dcasciano.com. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can be informed when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching Science and Other Stuff for Senior Citizens. Bye.